Hello, hello, everybody. Hello, it's SYNOLVE. How you guys doing? Sure hope you are doing well. I am doing well. All is well and wonderful. It's a little warm today, but it feels like it's getting a bit chilly. So I don't know. I'm not sure what the weather, if the weather even knows what it wants to do today. So I hope you guys are well. I am, yeah, just excited about today, excited about our time of sharing and working together. So, yeah, this should be really a lot of fun today. So, come on in, come on in, come on in. I'm excited. Just come on in. And as you're coming in and you're sharing the broadcast, I'm sharing as well. So I'm excited. This should be a very interesting and fun chat that we are having together. So come on in, everybody come on in. So yeah, it's a little warm today. I was just wondering what exactly the weather is going to do because it has been it was really cold last night and then all of a sudden it got really warm. So yeah, I don't know what this weather. Tell me where your what your weather is where you are. Hope you are having better weather. I better weather. I literally could have worn um shorts today because it's really just that hot where we are. But I know better. So I didn't do that. So welcome. Hello, William. Good to see you. Doing good, better. Oh, thank you. Glad everything is well. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you are on Facebook, also on YouTube. If you're over on Facebook, hop on over on YouTube if you can. Um, that would help me out a lot. So, welcome. Glad you guys are here. Thank you so much for joining me. So, today we're going to be talking about creating a spiritual business. And so just welcome everyone. Come on in and please share this broadcast. Go ahead and share it with someone who is an aspiring entrepreneur, if I can get that out, or just someone who wants to hear a positive message today, because you know we're all about positive messages over here on this side of the globe. So everywhere in the world, everywhere we go, we are sharing these, you know, positive messages and so of light and love. So welcome everyone. Welcome. And so I guess um, we will get started. So let's see. All right, let's see. Here we are. We're doing good. All right, so we're holding fine. So welcome to everyone over on Facebook. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you to everyone here on YouTube as well. Hey Jackie, good to see you, sis. So good to see you. So be sure to share, and let everyone know that we are live. So welcome. Well, welcome to let me get my blanket because I told you it's been crazy weather. So it was really warm. Tell me what the weather is like where you are. It was really warm today, like in the 70s even. And then it just kind of still though in our house. I don't know. I think our homes just kind of hold stuff. So they hold energy. So it's a little chilly, so I got on this jacket and I'm noticing my feet are cold. So y'all go ahead. I got some water to drink in my coffee cup. This is a coffee cup that I got for my daughter. Hubby and I got for our daughter. It takes Let's say it says it takes a big heart to shape little minds, and so our daughter works with children, and so that's what that is for little minds. So if you see that, that's what that means. I'm just drinking water today. What are y'all drinking? Trying to get all my liquids in, trying to get all my water in. So, all right, glad you are here. All right, so welcome to the Spiritual Spa with SYNOLVE. I am SYNOLVE, your spiritual guide on your spiritual journey. And so I'm just so glad that you're here with me today. So let's hop on into it. First, let's start how we begin. You know how we begin by taking a moment of silence. So let's just have a moment of silence. And invite spirit into this moment, invite creativity into this moment, invite love into this moment. Love yourself in this moment. Allow creativity to just begin to circulate within you, to move within you, to inspire you, and to encourage you, and to know that you have innate gifts and abilities, and to know that you are loved. And so it is. All is well. All right. All right. Let's begin. Well, now, last week, now that you have your dream, last week we talked about dreams. So it was Martin Luther King's day, it was the holiday, and so that's what we really talked about and focused, honed in on dreams, and what's your dream, and what is it that you are dreaming to build, you're dreaming to create, whether that's a business or a life, whatever that is that may be for you. So it's just a beautiful time to dream, and of course it's the beginning of the year, so it's a beautiful time to dream. And so so we talked about dreams. So now let's begin to kind of formulate some of those dreams and begin to get your business together. So, we have business Mondays. Yesterday, I got caught up with working. I was doing some work, and hubby's creating some websites and doing some amazing things. And so we got to cut up working, and so I didn't get a chance to come on. So today, which is Transformational Tuesday, today what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the two, business and Transformational Tuesday. I'm going to combine that today. And so we'll be talking about how to create a spiritual business, how to become a spiritual entrepreneur, and how to transform the world. So we'll do that together, and that'll cover our topics for Monday and Tuesday. Is that all right with y'all? I hope so. All right. So now that of course, have this business together, and you've got your dream together, at least let's, start looking at what kind of business do we want to create. And so, hey, Milton. And so, it's cold and wet in Scotland. Awesome. And so we want to start creating, businesses so that they will fund the work that we're doing. It's good to have businesses, even just something to keep yourself busy. If you're retired, something maybe you didn't get a chance to do in your work life, just an opportunity to have a business and to really transform and impact the world in really powerful and meaningful ways. And so that's really what we are working on, and really what we want to call forth and we want to do in this season. And so when you're building a business and you're an entrepreneur, you're building a spiritual conscious business. It is something that you do not only for yourself, but you do this for the world. And so it is something that you've been called to do by the ancestor spirit, by the creator, by your angels, the most high universe, the goddess. Did I feel everybody in there? I don't want to leave anybody out, whatever it is that you subscribe to. And so you have to begin to kind of figure out as spirit is calling you, the Most High Creator, angels, Goddess, they're calling, are calling you to do a work. You have to figure out, well, what's the work that I'm to be doing? What's my call? I know that was something I had to do. Really figure out, like, what's my call? I'm great at a lot of things, semi great, like mask. What is the? I can't remember the saying. Y'all probably remember the saying, but um master of none, whatever that saying is. Y'all type it in the bottom, right? And so hi, blind guy, his wife and their life. So glad that everyone, the gang's all here. Awesome. Thank you. And so, we are able, a lot of us find ourselves in that same position, right? Many of us are able and so gifted in so many different areas. And so it can be really difficult to really figure out, well, what is it that I'm really supposed to be doing? What is it that Most High has called me specifically, right, to do in this moment? And so that's why we have to get really clear in this moment and really figure out, right, our gifts, really figure out what it is that we are called to do. And so we got to get clear, right? We got to get clear, really, really clear. And so, J, Indigo, T. Also, T is a business for you. Awesome. Grand Rising, Jay. So good to see you. I was just Jay Indigo. I was just talking to you a few moments ago because definitely I had, you were right on target with your synchronicity and some of the angel numbers that you were talking about. And I was like, wow, this is like almost exactly what's going through my head right now while I'm writing this lesson. And so I was kind of guided to come over on the Facebook, and I saw your message and I thought, okay, Spirit, I'm going in the right direction, because I'm like not quite sure where this message was coming from. So hello, Tim, so good to see you. Upper 60s in East Alabama. Good to see you. So glad to see you. Glad you are able to join me and be with me today. So welcome everyone. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. So yeah, so this is that moment, right, where we really have this opportunity to really breathe in all of the creativity and consciousness and spirit and inspiration of the Most High, and to really look at, well, what is it? What is it that I'm supposed to be doing? And then what is the call that the Most High has on my life? And I know for me, that has changed from time to time. And what I thought I would be doing definitely when I first began is not necessarily what I'm doing at this moment, but I am grateful. I'm grateful to be following the call of spirit, and so grateful to be used in this moment. And so I offer that gratitude, because sometimes when we are trying to figure out what it is that spirit wants us to do, we often have a lot of sort of, reservations, or we're just confusion, all those things, right, kind of go through us. And so in this moment, just offer up just an offering of gratitude, right? Just to say to the Most High that it's okay, and that all is well, and that you trust in this moment that the Most High is leading and guiding you exactly where you want to be. Good evening. Hello, Laveda. So good to see you, Laveda. So good to see you. Thank you for being here. Right. Come on, Spirit. Woo. This ain't for the this spiritual entrepreneurship journey is not for the faint of heart, right? Okay, let me hush for a moment. You touched some things I just asked. Oh my, well, look at Spirit. This is for all of you. This is for you. And I'm just grateful that you're here, because this is not what I prepared to do, which why it took me so long to come on, because I had a whole different, I already had worked out exactly what I was going to do. And then I sat down and spirit began to move in this direction. And I'm like, okay, well, we just gonna do spirit what you say do. We just gonna follow you. Tanika Lee, glad you're here. Good afternoon, Sanab. Everyone in the chat room, hello. Glad you are here, sis. So glad you are here. And so, yes, I mean, so the spirit calls us, and this dream, as I said, is what you will do not only for yourself but for the world. And so that's what's very exciting, and kind of daunting, and causes sometimes that kind of stress and anxiety, because you know that you are doing it, and the vision is for something much greater and much bigger than yourself. All right, so and you hear that call, right, from the ancestors and spirit, and your spiritual conscious business is the thing that makes you feel alive, right? And it helps you to heal the world, even if that world is in your kitchen, if it's in your garden, if it's on the beach, on the soccer field, on a yoga mat, in a science lab, on the moon, or anywhere. Your imagination and your dream ability can take you. Right. Y'all know I'm good for making up a new word. So y'all got a new word this week as I was writing. Dream ability. All right. So I hope you guys have your notes. I was eating some apples while I was writing this, so I hope you guys have your notes, and I hope you have your journal, and I hope you have your pen and your paper. So for me, all work, to me, now this is me, so you're getting my definitions, all work is spiritual work. And I think that's the problem, some of the problem why businesses have not worked in the past. We're moving into a new season. If you've been with me for a while, you already know we're moving into the age of Aquarius. We are moving into a new season. And so a lot of old systems that were in Capricorn, old systems are dying away. We're moving into a new sign, into an air sign. And so with that comes a higher level of consciousness. And so now we're connecting, right? Our work life, business life, all of our life, everything within us is being connected to source, is connecting back to the Most High, where we could go to work, do what work we do, and we can make products. It didn't matter what the products were, whether they killed people or hurt people. We could just do our work. We could be mean at work to each other. We're moving out of that system. We can't do that anymore. We have to be conscious. We have to be socially responsible in this moment. And that's why Spirit is calling spiritual entrepreneurs. That is why you're here. You're hearing this call. You've worked in different organizations. You have been a part of different spaces, whether they're religious or business or nonprofit, corporate, whatever it may be. You've been in spaces that that people operated from a consumer profit capitalism or capitalistic mode, or modus operandi. But now we're being called. Y'all hear that? I live right down the street from a fire department. I used to work for that fire department, so so that's why. But if you heard that, for those fire trucks, and so we're being called in this season to really be vulnerable to spirit and to align with our highest selves and our highest call. And so the work that we do, the way that we do the work is very important. You may have noticed, for example, that Anheuser-Busch and several other companies are pulling out of the Super Bowl this year, because they want to have that ad revenue, that all of that money they would have spent on one night, they're going to be placing that money now into education and working to find a cure for COVID. And so for the pandemic, for the mass one, for all of that, right? And so you're seeing this happening all around you. You're already seeing, for example, yesterday there was an incident. I think one day this week there was an incident at Target where two or three young Black males were racially profiled and accused of some things. And Target immediately came out and apologized, because The people who target them were wrong. These young men were just in the store, purchasing some things, doing what they were doing. There was nothing wrong when they reviewed all the security tapes, all the footage. Nothing was wrong at all with these two African American young boys. And so immediately Target comes in and apologizes and tries to rectify the situation, apologizes to the young boys, tries to rectify the situation. And so we're seeing now that we're lining up, companies are beginning to line up with who they are, with being socially responsible and taking responsibility when they have done something wrong. And so you're going to see more of that because we're moving into a different season. 2020 taught us a lot, and we're moving into a different season. So you can't be an entrepreneur, you can't be a company in this season and have your spirit one way, racist behavior, evil, whatever the case may be, but you want to sell then to everyone. The marches, the protests, the spirit in which we live, the Most High is calling us to do something new and something different. Okay, so y'all go ahead and put a one if y'all understand. I think we just heard fire trucks here, Ella. Oh, okay, good. That's all it was. All right, so you have been helping my spirit to feel better. I appreciate that. So yes, we're in this different season where we're being called to do. Now, if you understand what I'm saying, and if you feel that call on your life, go ahead and put a one in the chat. Put a one in the chat to let me know. Yes, one. I have been feeling this call to do something different and to align myself in different ways to what Spirit wants me to do. And I understand that I have this higher call on my life. Go ahead, drop in the comment a one and let me know that you are with me. All right, so we're being called to this higher work and higher purpose because it's in spirit that we move, we breathe, we live, and we have our being. And so each of us are being called to be conscious, spiritual entrepreneurs in this season. Milton put a one. Thank you so much. Over on Facebook, let's see if I've got some ones coming up. Let's see how you guys are doing over there. Just checking in with you. Hope you are doing well. All right. So absolutely, right? So we are in this season of renewal and decision and really creating something good. All right, so now get your notes. So I got a definition for you, right? You already got dreamability. You got one word. And so now, what is a spiritual business, right? What is a spiritual conscious business? Well, a spiritual conscious business, a spiritual conscious business is a business that provides goods, products, or services through holistic wellness, spiritual healing, and loving goodness. All right. I'll repeat that again. A spiritual conscious business is a business that provides goods, products, or service through holistic wellness, spiritual healing, and loving goodness. Okay? Anyone need me to repeat that for you? All right. Spiritual entrepreneurs receive money or something of value in exchange for their goods and services. This is important because a lot of times people feel if you have a gift of healing or wisdom or knowledge or counseling or something like that, that you should do these things for free. And that's not true. You are given this gift as a way to make a life and build a life for you and your family. Also, being an entrepreneur is an exchange of services and goods for money, or for a valuable exchange that you and the other person that you're working with or people have determined, right? Something you've determined, and so you've said, and so you have the right. Let me just go ahead and say that, because now, so we get started, you have the right as an entrepreneur to make money. You have a right as an entrepreneur to provide for yourself and for your family through the work that you are doing. And so sometimes we forget that. Sometimes we forget that we should be paid for the work that we do. We should be able to feed ourselves, to feed our families, to purchase all of the things that we need, right? So one of the things I use all of the time when I'm talking to you guys, is this journal and pen, right? So that takes, that takes money, or it takes something of value that's exchanged. The internet is not free. So if you are doing something on the internet. So you, as an entrepreneur, we'll talk about that in upcoming discussions. But you, as an entrepreneur, have to and can, you should be able to, purchase and pay for the things that you need as a part of your business. And so when you provide a product, so when someone made this pen and they charge for this pen, right? Everything from the ink to the, this glowing diamond, to the casing for the pen, for this spring, that's in the cap that, for the pen that, to close, all of that is built into the price. You understand what I'm saying? So even as a spiritual conscious entrepreneur, you also should build value into your project. And it's okay. Let me go ahead and give you permission for you to be paid for the goods and for the services that you provide. So if someone needs counseling, or they need help, or they need to, talk with you, or it's a physical product, then no, it's not okay for them to, this happens a lot. Sometimes, it's not okay for people to take advantage of that because they know you have a spiritual gift. It's not okay for, for someone to ask for a big discount and you're just starting your business. You're not at that point yet, unless it's a transfer and you agreed upon it. That person is going to be an influencer for you, or that person is going to do marketing for you, perhaps share it on their YouTube channel, or share it on their website or blog, or on Facebook for you. So you've agreed upon, right, that transfer of services. And so of course in those situations it's marketing, and that is fine. But otherwise, you really should be paying for your services. If you bake cookies and they're yummy and they're good and they're vegan, whatever it is, that you should be able to, be paid for the work that you do. So we've got that, right. We're covered. We got that. All right. So the key to doing work, right, almost bartering, pretty much, right, you decide, right, bartering, whether you're going to barter or whether you're going to trade services, you decide. So if there was a word, Willie, that you didn't understand, tell me specifically what that word is, okay? Because I'm not certain where you might have gotten hung up, because it's just to know that a spiritual business is a business where, as I said, it's a conscious business where you consciously are setting the intention that you are going to do something good in the world, right? And it is something where you provide goods, you provide products or services, even if your services are counseling or teaching, something like that. It's holistic, meaning that it's for the whole body, for the good of the whole body. For people who do herbs or veganism, it's something that wellness, something that is good for the spirit. It provides healing or some type of loving, intentional goodness that you are sharing in the world. All right. So Tanika says, bartering. Yes, almost bartering. You decide that, and no one, you all kind of decide that at the beginning. But I wanted to say that because sometimes, and some, we come from different spiritual places. I hear spirits saying that over and over again. And so there's this sense or feeling that everything that you do should be given for free. And that's not the case. You will run yourself raggedy, right? And you are not expected to live under a bush. You're not expected, if you're an entrepreneur, you're expected to be successful and prosperous. And we're all about building prosperous companies and organizations in this season. Okay. So, so The key and the difference between being a spiritual conscious entrepreneur, conscious meaning setting intentions, really thinking about what you're doing, knowing that what you're doing is putting something good into the earth, it's healthy for people and their bodies. You're not trying to, put out something where people will get sick or be injured in some way. You're really thinking as an entrepreneur, and we know accidents happen, but you're really thinking as an entrepreneur about how to make things better. For example, an entrepreneur that is thinking about natural hair because they know that perms, for example, can cause damage to your scalp and can cause injury. So, a conscious entrepreneur is thinking about consciously, mentally thinking about intentionally setting forth a business that uses natural products that are going to be holistic and helpful to the body and helpful to rejuvenate the scalp and to really be healing, right? So that's what I mean. That's just an example. So back to this, the key. The difference between someone, a spiritual entrepreneur, is that a spiritual entrepreneur uses their gifts, right, and innate abilities. That's one of the biggest things. You use what's within you, right, and you're conscious about it, about using the gifts in a good way, right, for good and not just for profit, but you want to see healing. And so you want to see something good in the world. You want to see the world transformed. And so that's why another reason we're putting these 2 days, spiritual entrepreneurship and transformation together. All right. So that could be through food. It could be through healing, through energy healing or energetic healing, through meditation, yoga. You could be an author, poet, performer, financial guru, um, financial guru or teacher, a coach, a counselor, a chef, meditation expert, a photographer. You could be a seamstress. You could be a creative in art, music, technology, science, nonprofit, um, or any type of product that you would like to do something we may have never seen before, and everything in between. So there's no limit just because we're calling it spiritual, right? It's not like coming from other traditional religions where it's like if you're spiritual or religious in some way, then it's only teaching or preaching in the pulpit or something else. No, spiritual and conscious entrepreneurship, business, right? Entrepreneurship meaning you're a business owner, you're starting a business, right? Then it could mean anything that your heart desires, anything that your heart can imagine, anything that you could dream. And so, number two, spiritual conscious entrepreneurs not only want to make a difference, but they are determined to do it. They're determined to create it, but they're also determined to be it. Come on, somebody. Conscious entrepreneurs, right? Spiritual conscious entrepreneurs. Conscious meaning mind, meaning thought, meaning your intentions. Not only want to make a difference, but they are determined to do it, to create it, and to be it. So you won't see, for example, or you shouldn't see, because conscious spiritual entrepreneurs are really into morals and values, not what we've seen in the past where a person is doing one thing, right, saying one thing but doing another. Conscious spiritual entrepreneurs, they are people who are, if they are creating, for example, vegan cookies, then they eat vegan cookies. They're not, sort of creating one type of business, but at home there's someone else. I, for example, did a video on, I hope you guys got a chance to check it out, on meditation, on a love meditation. And it's a meditation that I do. Someone that I love taught me a similar meditation many years ago, and it came to me this week. I've tweaked it and changed it. She probably would not even recognize it now, except for one small thing, but I've tweaked it and changed it for myself, and now that works for me. and my melanated consciousness. And so, and I'm sharing that with you because this is something that I do. Like, I have this little space, I have my own pillow. Like, this is how I live. So I'm teaching you things from my heart, from within me, things that are really aligned with who I am and with my awareness and with my very being, right? That's what we're being called to in this season. And so it's not a disalignment. And so people get a disillusion because they come and they find out you're not exactly what they thought you were. No, it's you're seamlessly aligned with who you are, but also with the creator and who the creator has created and intended you to be. Yes, 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 Tanika. Yes, yes, yes. And so, number three, spiritual conscious entrepreneurs are people who have figured out their own special, unique spiritual code and are sharing healing, sharing this healing transformational code with the world. I just gave you this example. I cracked the code to bring more love into my life. And so then I did what? I shared this code with you all. I shared this code with you all in a meditation. And so go check that out if you haven't already. I shared this code because that was the code that was given and taught to me. I had, situations in my life as a child growing up where I didn't feel a lot of love for a lot of different reasons. And so I'm continually filling myself up with love and with peace and with gratitude and with joy, right? So that's why I teach on gratitude. Also, I am a spiritual conscious entrepreneur. So I'm teaching those things, talking about those things to you because these are the things that I am engaged in. This YouTube channel, my Facebook, page, the work that I do in teaching is my spiritual conscious business. It's my gift to the world in the way that I show up. It is my life. It is my work. It is what I'm called to do. And so it's in those spiritual codes within encoded within my DNA, where I have healing and transformational wisdom that I'm sharing with you. And we all have it in some way. It may be for you, I've used an example before, baking cookies or cooking um, a meal or prepping. Do you know how much joy and love you bring to a mom who's stressed out when they are able to bake cookies and pick up these meal prep meals after a long day's work, and especially someone who's cooking is not really their forte or their thing. And so to have these home cooked meals, you really save their lives. And so we have to each tap into the healing transformational codes that are within us because we are here to heal the world. And so there is this source code, right? For example, that drives this space where we're all together here on YouTube. Yeah, we're all together on Facebook. It's through technology, right? And through, if you're watching me on my website, for example, if for people in the future after my website's done. But, for example, and so it's this source code, right? This spiritual code inside of you that powers your life. Come on, somebody, because I'm telling you, you have a spiritual code that powers your life. And so this code is written by source, is written by the most high. And so it's this pattern or code and this power that's written on the very on your very DNA, on the very fibers of your being that's written in your heart, right? And so, and it's written with divine intent and programmed to serve a specific purpose by the most high. That's your call. This is your call. It's written by the Most High. It is a pattern or code and power that is uniquely yours. No one else has this code. No one else has the DNA. No one else cooks cookies, bakes cookies just like you. No one else bakes cookies or bakes cakes like you. No one else speaks like me. No one else speaks or teaches like you. No one else heals or plays music or shows up as a writer or as an accountant or scientist. No one else has this just as you. And it's written in your DNA. It's written in your heart. It's written in the very fibers in your of your being. And so you will find yourself doing these things as you're called to a specific purpose, and as you align to this beautiful source and power that is flowing within you. This is the call in this moment. This is the call. Are you hearing the call? Are you listening to the call in this moment? Let me know if you're listening, right? Hello, family. I can't take 9 names individually. That's all right, sis, because I'm driving. I'm not losing my life. Try to say hello. But you are here. So glad you're here. Yes, so glad you're here. Welcome, Sis Tanika. Yes, it's on your DNA, Sis Tanika. And this code is what helps the world from a huge heart, says William, from within, right? Get connected, right? No one else does the same thing William is saying. You do what comes from your heart. That's why when you align with who you are and you begin to do these things from your heart, it just comes naturally. And no one else has this spiritual conscious, this code, this beautiful code of who you are. This is why you show up as you with your eyes and your finger and your smile, but also not only do you have the finger, your fingers and your touch and your smile and your eyebrows, not only do you have that and the hair that's on your head, also you have a way that you are here to touch the world. You have a specific call on your life in a way, an intention that's divine from source, a code that's written on how you are to show up in the world as an entrepreneur, as a giver, as a lover of life. And so we have to tap into this code. We have to tap in to who we are. This is the moment to get true, to get real about who you are and who you're called to be in this moment. Are we here? Is everybody here? All right. Right. Yes, your DNA speaks. And so we're going to talk about some ways in which we can begin for our DNA and for the spiritual code to come forward. Right. Let's talk about some of those things. Right. So tell me now, what's your spiritual code? What's your spiritual code? What is it? What have you been sent to this world to do? What have you been sent to the earth to do? What have you been sent for, what you've been called in this moment in 21 in 2021 to be here right now in this moment? What's your code? And what is your code and what is it that you've been called to do? You can put it in the chat below and we'll begin to kind of go back in a moment and go over some of those things. Put it in your comments over on Facebook or here on YouTube. Now, so how do we release the code, right? How do we connect to the code? Well, number one, the first thing we have to do is release the fear, right? Because sometimes, I'm just going to speak for me and my own life because I can't speak for you. When you notice, right, that your inner operating system is slowing down or your mind's browser, right, is stuck, because this is your computer, right? This is your interfacing system, your guidance GPS. When your mainframe computer, right, is stuck on doom and gloom, on fear, this is an indication that it is time to reconnect with source, right? Hearing those fire trucks, right? It's time. It's just, the world is changing. And so the spirit is sending us signals within our environment, right? And so the spirit is sending us signals within our environment to say, boom, boom, wake up, right? Wake up. And so it's time. This is an indication when you are stuck on gloom and gloom, you're afraid. This is an indication that it's time to reconnect with source. And so you can erase negative energies of fear and limiting beliefs, right? Of things that need to be transformed in your world. You can begin to erase these negative energies by focusing your awareness on the energy of source, right? On the energy of your codes, on the energy of what's being downloaded to you, on the energy of what you're being called to do. You can align yourself and begin to focus your awareness, focus your mind, not on the fear of, oh, wow, what are people going to think? What are people going to say? I don't have the money to do this. I don't even know how to do this. What am I going to look like doing that? I've been doing such and such my whole life, and now you're calling me, spirit, to do something else. And so remember source, right? Go back to the source, go back to the source code, go back to your code, go back to the source, right? The source is the ultimate connection and the creator of the code. Come on, somebody need to take that in the notes. Somebody needs to go ahead and say that. Say amen. Remember the source. The source is the ultimate connection and the creator of your code. And so remember source. That's the first thing. As soon as you feel fear, release that fear and then remember source and reconnect to source, align to source in that moment. 2, breathe. Number 2, breathe. Reading my notes now. If you see me looking up and looking around, take a breath and remember who you are. Take a breath and remind yourself that with source, you can do all things. Come on, replay that back. Come on, rewind, rewind that. Take a breath and remind yourself that with source, you can do anything because the creator source is in everything. Take a drink. Right? You, right? Source is in everything, including you, especially you, divine you, right? Wise you, beautiful you, intelligent, amazing you. You can invite yourself to know and to feel source in every moment. And as William says, connect with your heart by looking at nature, right? By simply extending yourself love. This is why it's important that meditation that I did on love, go back and rewind that and revisit that and replay that over and over again because it's important to reconnect yourself to love. Reconnect yourself. Oh, anytime you feel fear, reconnect yourself to love, right? Move out of the fear. You can simply look in the mirror. This is one I love. And know and feel and be aware as you connect to your heart that you are one of the greatest creations that has ever been made. Do you hear me? You are divinely and wonderfully created by source. And so this is the moment, right? And it can make you really make you feel better. As Africa, Here I Come says, right? Milton says, I'm supposed to teach people how to become self-sustainable, right? Milton says, I'm supposed to teach people how to become self-sustainable when it comes to food, teaching them how to grow their own food and take care of their families and to become entrepreneurs. Absolutely. And so there are a lot of things, right, that you can do, right? To really come into this moment and to do amazing things in this moment, right? I've been learning that breathing helps, right? Breathe, 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 breathe. Breathe into your heart. It does make you feel better, right? Beautifully done. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. And so take a breath, just breathe, right? And release and just remind yourself of who you are. Number three, be patient. Be patient with yourself. Ooh, please be patient with me. Y'all know that song, God is not through with me yet. Come on now. Please be patient with me. God is not through with me yet. This is it. Give yourself permission to grow at your own pace. Give yourself permission. Milton did a video on patience this week. Go check it out. Milton Craft. Go check out his video. He did an amazing video on YouTube on being patient, and give yourself, the patience to run the business that you have been called to create and to run. And so to become the entrepreneur that you have been called to become. And so patience, if you hear a sound, sorry about that, guys. Let's see. Right. So patience is what we need in this moment. Patience is what we need in this moment, because the Most High is doing amazing, amazing things. And so here is the video that Milton did on patience. You can see that patience, all good things take time. And so this is what we are being called to do in this moment, to be patient, and to be patient with ourselves, and to allow the Most High to work through us and to work with us to create the business that will absolutely change the world. And so this is this moment, right? This is this moment that we're being called to do. Patient with spirit, patient with the Most High, right? And so the path and process of life, and even creating a business, seldom happens in a straight line, right? It's not going to happen. It's not going to just, it may not just fall out, roll out into your lap, into your hands, and boom, tomorrow you're a millionaire. Boom, tomorrow you're a success. Most of the people that you think are overnight successes have been working at this for a long time. Yana Van Zant, for example, has been doing this work for a long time. Oprah Winfrey, didn't just happen today. She's been a successful entrepreneur for a long time. She started out at TSU on the radio, right? As a student, and is now a multi-billionaire. But that took time. And so Steve Jobs and so many other people as entrepreneurs, this didn't happen overnight. And so being patient, loving the journey, every aspect of the journey as an entrepreneur is going to be very important and helpful for you and for me, because I have to Milton has to remind myself of that as well. And so be patient. And so don't hold on to old patterns. Allow negative energies to come and to go. Release them. We talked about that last week, releasing these old patterns. And so with regular spiritual practices, we can know what's not for us, what's for us, what direction to go, using meditation, and also using our intuition as our guide. And so with regular spiritual practices like these, and watching our thoughts, your awareness and perception will continue to shift towards higher vibrations such as love, joy, and peace, right? Beautiful things. Number 4, right? Number 4, right? Number 4, okay? Are y'all with me? Breathe. Y'all taking good notes? Breathe. Y'all got your notebooks. All right. Trust that these things are leading you into your highest self and your highest good as a spiritual entrepreneur. Trust that every experience that you're going through is leading you exactly to where you should be. It's leading you into your highest self and your highest good. And the reason I say that is because, for those of you all who are trying out new things, like I love to see entrepreneurs trying new things like soaps and gummies and all. If you all are doing soaps and gummies and you're doing spiritual entrepreneurship things, beautiful things like working with herbs and doing All kinds of beautiful, amazing things. Even if you're playing or you're composing music or writing music, playing music, whatever it is, right? Whatever it is that you're doing, it takes a multiple trials and multiple tests and trying something over and over again before you get that right, that perfect cake, that perfect cookie, that perfect gummy that's just got the right texture and is, had the right heat applied or no heat applied. It's got the right texture, the right seasonings, all the right ingredients. It's perfect, right? And so it's okay. It's trust the process. Trust it. Even when you fail, even when it doesn't look like it comes out and the gummy is supposed to be a bear and it looks like a frog, it's okay. Trust it, right? Trust that these things are leading you to your highest self and it's leading you to your highest good as a spiritual conscious entrepreneur. Maybe you wanted to do gummy bears, but the Most High really wants you to do frogs, and frogs are the new thing, and it's going to be green, and it's going to bring you money, and it's going to be good. So allow yourself that opportunity to not feel like everything has to be perfect and get trapped in perfection, but to trust that all of the mistakes you make, all the things you do are leading you to something good. Even when you can't, it doesn't look like it's going to work out. It's leading to something good. All right. And so, yes, beautiful, beautiful. Patience will get you all working together and bring business quicker, faster, better. Absolutely. All right. Number 5. Take notes as things, gifts, ideas, dreams, synchronicities, signs, wonders, products, even creative people, opportunities, inspiration appear in your life. These things are signs and symbols of your code being revealed to you. So take note and take notice, whether it comes in a dream, whether it comes through a sign or a wonder or some stranger talking to you or a commercial that's coming on the TV, somebody doing something on Facebook, someone just who says, great job, you're doing good, no matter how it comes to you in a dream, in a daydream, when even if it's a flashing sign on the road, it's a billboard or something, it doesn't matter how it comes. Just know that that creative code and that creative source that's within you is in everything, and that the source, the Most High, the angels, your ancestor, this wisdom in the universe, they're going to send you messages. The Most High, the Holy Spirit, it's going to send you information that you need to craft and create the specific business that you need to craft and create. So you're going to get signs. You are. Welcome them, right? You're going to get ideas. Welcome them. And the Spirit is going to confirm that you're on the right track. I was just saying, over on Facebook as I was writing this teaching for today, that, as I was writing this for today, I was getting a message that this was exactly what I needed to create. And so it was beautiful. And the sister was over there, talking about numbers and codes. I was trying to find her name, and so it was beautiful because it was unexpected. I just had this feeling to go over on Facebook, and so she was talking about synchronicities and numbers and codes, and I was like, oh my. I think her name was Jay, and it was beautiful. And so know that you're going to get these signs that you're doing the right thing and that all is well. So, yeah, it's in your DNA, right? It's beautiful things. Your DNA, Tanika says, speaks to you. People have to stir. Yeah, I'm sorry. I want to say stir the gift because that was the song that was coming to my mind. So, but people have to sit or lay down quietly and listen, paying attention to things you're drawn to and really like and love to do. You can feel it in your gut. Absolutely. All those things. There's so many different ways, beautiful, amazing ways that the Most High works with us and through us. One of the things I like to do is to take a nap. I like to meditate. And so a lot of things come up with meditation. A lot of things I talk to you all about listening all of the time, right? And, we talked about gut feelings, and how you just have this, this wisdom, your intuition, your gut, right? We talked about that. And so listen to those things. Listen to your intuition and your gut. You just got a hunch. Okay, making these gummies is gonna work. And so, I just had a hunch as I was, talking to hubby about, moving this my YouTube channel into a spiritual direction. That was going, that was going to be a blessing for us. And so that's what I've done. And so sometimes, even if other people don't see it, even if other people aren't on board, even if your friends don't support you, don't worry about it. Keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. One of the things I was saying I like to do is to take a nap. And so when I nap, usually if I'm trying to really work out something, trying to figure something out, I'll take a nap and or just lay across the bed and things just begin to come. Albert Einstein used to do that. What he would do, he'd take a nap and let a pin drop. And when the pin would hit the floor, answers and codes and all kinds of formulas that he had been working on, the answers would just come. Absolutely. And so there's so many different ways. Going outside, running and jumping and walking in nature, watching nature, whatever works for you, sitting down at your computer, talking to a friend, even talking to a business coach. Milton has business coaching opportunities that you can book a time with him. And so all of these things, writing in your journal, all of these things, journal writing, there's so many different things. Doing mapping, we're gonna, we'll talk about some of these things more, but these are all ways, right, that the spirit can begin to work with you and through you. Giovanna Love over on Facebook says, I have been called to reach our women. Source taught me that Black women are magical and at the risk of losing her light. And so I've been charged with assisting them in finding their light. Oh, that's beautiful, Giovanna. So beautiful. And I love your last name. Love. I love that. Newton Miller says, motivate, educate, and help people grow. Yes, I love that. Absolutely. I love that. We have some amazing, amazing, talented, gifted people. Thank you. Newton Miller says, great wisdom. Thank you so much for that. Olas, if I say your name wrong, please know that I love you because, I know people have trouble saying Sanal, but let's see if I can pronounce it. Olasan Conmi. All right. Is this your name? Is it are you from Ghana? I love your name. And so Giovanna Love the Olas, I'm gonna say Olas, right? Please, for Wally. Says, yes, you're right, because without money, nothing can be done in this life, right? So we need money. We got to have money to do the work. I talked about that earlier, right? We got to have the money to do the work we are being called to do in this season. We're called to do a great work, a great work. Thank you, Martha, for joining me. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. We've been called to do a great work. So not all of the comments are showing up on Facebook. So if I miss your comment, know that as soon as this broadcast is over, I will come over and I will see you guys, and I will definitely come and comment because I love connecting with everyone on Facebook and on YouTube as well. So thank you so much for joining me, and just know that I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you and all of the comments, because this helps our community to grow, and it helps us to really connect and know that spirit is working and moving through all of us, right? All of us, and is doing amazing things. So I'm excited. So Tamika Lee says, Yeah, I'm calling y'all by your full name. Ain't that bad? Tanika says, this is taking me way back to memories from high school days while I was serving in the military for 12 years. So I was drawn heavily towards counseling and wisdom. My military unit had me counsel certain soldiers. Look at the Most High. Look at that, y'all. Look at that. Yes. And so we just never know. We never know just how spirit is going to move and help us to create these beautiful, amazing businesses that allow us to move. And so, not only just entrepreneurship, but also just, for people who have retired, for example, who you are to be in this season of light and love. So, in this new next season of your life, so you may have been one thing when your children were growing up. I was the mom, and I took my kids everywhere and fed them and cooked them, and the wife, and tried to be super mommy. Some days, some days it was what it was. I was just, some days I was just, the best mommy I could be. And so we have called in this moment to be who we are. And so now in this new moment, I have empty nest, I'm an empty nester. So I'm called to do something new and something different. And that is good and that is okay. So it's okay even for the Most High to call you into a new season, to call you in different ways, and to even give you a new gift, and to also revive old gifts that you have used before. And so notice those streams. Go back and write down. All right. Use your journal and write down those things that you have done before, maybe never taken, paid attention to, never really even thought about. It's like, oh, wow. I really did make the best dressing. Maybe I should be doing Thanksgiving dinners and maybe just start there. I should be doing a weekend Sunday meal and just start there prepping, or maybe counseling and sharing wisdom, because I really have this gift of wisdom and knowledge to share. Maybe, it's developing the next spaceship. I never know who's here. So whatever it is that your gift, like Milton, prepping and preparing food for people, through teaching them to be entrepreneurs, to grow their own food and to be self-sustainable. Whatever your gift, sewing, however your gift shows up for you, whatever it is you're called to do, know that you're being called to do something wonderful. You're being called to do something beautiful. You're being called to do something good. And the Most High is supporting you in every way. The Most High is gifting you in every way. The Most High is sending you love and peace and clearing out things on your journey, the obstacles, as you begin to swim and move into the flow of your call, into the flow of what you have been gifted, prepared, right? Coded to do. This is your task. I'm leaving you guys with so much homework because this is your task. Next week, you come back with what it is that you have been called to do. I want you to go ahead and write a paragraph. So next, we'll do this Monday, Tuesday, right? So next week, you homework. Go ahead, write it down. Put it in your computer, write it down. And I want you to begin to think about what you're being called to do and who your ideal customer is, where you're being called to do that work, right? So I want you to know when you guys come back those specific things. William says, you do so much to help people keep well and healthy. It's amazing. Love you. Thank you. I appreciate you, William. I appreciate you. You are one great gifted lady. Thank you, sir. You are too kind, far too kind. Gina says, Yes, the world needs your gift. Yes, the world needs you, needs your gift, needs you to show up as you. The world needs you. The world needs your gift, needs your energy, needs your love, needs all of the cookies that you can bake, the foods that you can create, all of the art, beautiful artwork. It needs your wisdom and your positivity. It needs your healing. The world needs to be healed, needs to be uplifted. The world needs good, loving, kind, whole police officers. You hear me? What are you being called to do in this moment? It needs teachers and counselors on every level, from high school to teaching adults, to teaching college, to teaching spiritual teaching, whatever. You are being called into this moment to do something amazing and to impact the world for good, right? This is the moment. And so, Gina, hello. I'm so glad you are here. So glad you are here. Blind guy's wife in their life. So glad you're here. And if you see the blind guy, his wife in their life, and in Africa, here I come, you'll see this little symbol beside Africa, here I come, beside their names. And so they have hit the join button and they are members of this channel. And by hitting the join button, you get exclusive content and videos. I shared one of those videos this week, which is the message about the travel ban for those of you who are so I have a large amount of UK viewers. So for those of you who are in the UK, I shared this message, and those of us who are, who are moving to Africa or planning to move or planning to even travel to Africa, you might want to watch that video, because it will help you know, as you are traveling, what places or countries that to steer away from, in terms of like not flying through the UK, because they are not offering return travel service from certain countries. And so you go over there, and I love all those countries. I love Tanzania. I think it's so beautiful. And I love the DRC, so beautiful. So just something to be aware of. So if you'd like to hit that join button, just go ahead, hit that join button, and you can become a member of this channel. All right. So in Africa, Here I Come has some beautiful content. Go over and check her out. So does, excuse me, the blind guy, his wife, and their life. Um, like, paying for organic soap, tarot reading, or a delicious organic plant-based meal. Those are beneficial foods and high value. And go over and check out the blind guy, his wife, and their life. You'll see the symbol beside their name. They are members of this channel. They've hit the join button. You can also hit the join button. But over there, blind guys, his wife, their life, beautiful, amazing value, as they do vegan treats. Oh, so yummy. We're already trying to try the sweet potato biscuits. Oh my, right? And so there's so many opportunities, so many amazing, beautiful, amazing people here in the chat that we all can learn from. Jamila, so good to see you. I saw you earlier today, sis. So I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're joining me. Thank you and welcome. And also, as I said, Milton, it's funny, very interesting. Milton and I are always on sync. And so, we always it's amazing to me how spirit will share messages and then come right back and share messages with him, or share a message with me and then come right back and then share something with me as well. So Milton's over there talking about patience, and that's an awesome video to watch and to learn about how we can use patience as a beautiful way for spirit to move within us and to bring forth the business that we are supposed to create. All right. Well, guys, I love you guys so much. We are at an hour. And this time has gone by so quickly. I have loved every moment of being with you. Giovanna Love, Newton Miller, and for Wale, and also Jay. And there were other people who, right now, Facebook is not coming up with all of the 10 comments. So if I missed your name, no, I'm coming over to share some love and to read your comments. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for sharing this broadcast. Also, on Facebook, thank you for being there. Please share this broadcast. Also, join me over on Facebook in let me type it in so I can bring it up in the group. Let's see. In the group, the spiritual spa with SYNOLVE. I would love, so love, to have you come over and join me. So let me go and show you the group. So please join the group with me over there. And I would love for you to become a part of the spiritual spouse. Listen, we're working on that banner, but you can just type in the group, the name, the spiritual spa with Sanal, and come over and join me. I would love to have you there. We are just growing, just getting started. And so, yes, I'm loving that we have this space to come together and to talk with each other. So it's just a Facebook group. So you can come over and join me there. Also, you can be sure to subscribe to the channel. Be sure to subscribe. Become a subscriber. It's free to subscribe on YouTube, free to join the Facebook group, and free to give me thumbs up. I would appreciate it so much here on YouTube and over on Facebook to give me a thumbs up so people know that YouTube and Facebook, they know to circulate this content and that this is good content that's interesting and that people really are getting a lot out of it. And if you'd like to hit the join button and become a member, you can also support Black media, right? And so you can always share a gift. If this was a blessing, if this message was a blessing to you, there are the ways to share a gift. You can catch up the $ Sanal. I would appreciate that gift. That would be a blessing to me. And if you'd like to be and receive a newsletter for me. I usually send out just a little message that I'm going on live. And so if you'd like to share and you'd like to be a part of my email list, I would appreciate it so much. Go ahead and send me an email at myrepatjourney@gmail.com. You'll see the ticker going across the screen, and that is my email. Also, yes, absolutely should support Black media. You all really help me to keep going. And so when you share a gift, you support Black media in the work that I do. It really does mean a lot. And there are multiple ways to support, right? The thumbs up, becoming a subscriber, it really does help a lot as well. As always, we are in our monthly feeding programs. And so every month we are feeding people who are in need. And so if you'd like to donate to Craft Organization, it is a nonprofit organization. Here are the ways that you can donate. And every gift goes towards people in need. And we appreciate you, all of our donors, so much. We love you and we are so grateful for you. So there's that information as well. And as always, you can email me if you need more information because we are a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And so if you need more information about that, I would be happy to share. And hubby's working on a website. Yay! So that is good news. That is good news. All right. Yeah, so Let's see. Let me make sure I get all the comments. Love your time tonight. I've had so much more patience because of you. I appreciate that and thank you. William says 12 out of 10. Yes. Go ahead and give those like buttons up. Everyone stay safe. You do the same. Everyone know how much I love you. And I am so grateful for you. All right. Blessings to you on your spiritual business. I expect to see amazing, beautiful, wonderful things. I can't wait for all the praise reports on the beautiful businesses that you are creating in this season. Be sure to connect with me. Be sure to subscribe, hit the like button. Be sure to tell a friend and share this video. Share this video because we want to bring more people in who can create beautiful businesses, right? That we can support and we can believe in because this is what we're being called to do in this season. Don't forget your homework. What's your spiritual business? What have you been called to do? Who's your your perfect customer? Where are you going to do that work? Be sure to go ahead and do your homework and let's have it ready for next week. All right, guys. All right. I love you guys so much. Tanika says, this YT was really helpful. I'm so grateful for you, Sanal. Thank you, Asante Sana. Yes, thank you, Asante Sana. Thank you so much. And I used to know what I'm supposed to say in return, but I'm just going to say you're welcome. Because I can't remember at this moment. But yes, Asante Sana. I just downloaded a thing today on a list of useful and helpful terms in Swahili. So I appreciate you so much. All right. I love you guys. Each of you. I appreciate you so much. And I love you so much. Have a wonderful night and be blessed. All right. Be blessed. All right. Love you guys. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate you. Have a good night.